We're talking reconstructing your self-esteem after loss. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so stay tuned. We got something really special coming up for you. Invite your girlfriend, grab a glass of wine, and stick around. This is Love My Body, Love Myself. I am your host, Alicia Couri, and I'm so glad that you joined us today because, yes, our topic today is dealing with paramedical tattooing. So, in today's interview, the way we do this show, it's partly live, partly pre-recorded. So, some of the segments are pre-recorded. At times, the video may lag, but just stick around, stick with it. It's such vital information, so important for you to get. I'm super excited for you guys to be on the show today. So I just want to welcome all of you here on Love My Body, Love Myself. If you are watching us on Facebook, hi, thank you, Facebook. If you're in the group, remember, if you're leaving a comment in the group, tag your name at the end so we know who you are. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also, hit the notification bell. So thank you, YouTube. Thank you for joining us. If you're on Facebook, you can go over to our YouTube channel. We are youtube.com/C/Alicia Couri. So go on over there and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. If you're watching on LinkedIn, hi, LinkedIn. And if you're on Twitch, hello, those of you who are listening to us on Twitch as well and experiencing this on that platform. We are super, super excited to have you join us. You can go on to the Facebook because we are really endeavoring to build a community of women on Facebook who love their bodies and love themselves for this movement. So you can please go over to our Facebook group. It's facebook.com/groups/LMBLM. That is for Love My Body, Love Myself. This show is sponsored by Alicia Couri Inc. and produced by Red Carpet CEO. And so I invite you, if you would like to sponsor an episode or sponsor this show, sponsor multiple episodes, please reach out to us. We are looking for guests and sponsorship. We have sponsorship opportunities available for the show. Just go ahead and email us at support@aliciacouri.com, and we will be happy to share our advertising and sponsors deck, as well as if you're interested in being a guest, we'll be happy to send you the links as well to be a guest on the show. I would love to connect with you. So connect with me on alicia360.com. You can go there. All my social media handles are there. Just click a button, connect with me. Let me know that you found me through Love My Body, Love Myself, and you want to connect with me. So send me a direct message so that I can accept your friend request wherever you're connecting with me from. But that is a great place to connect with me. Go to alicia360.com. And one of the things that we just recently launched is a book called, and it's going to block my face, but it's an anthology. I am one of the authors in this book. It's called Rise Up, Women Who Lead, Building Legacy. And if you would like a copy of that book, if you'd like to get a copy of Rise Up, you can go to Amazon or just check out my link tree. So if you go to linktr.ee/acouri, you will see the links to not only the Rise Up book, but also my other two books are on that link tree as well. So you can definitely go ahead and purchase those books. So if this show or anything that we're discussing today is of value to you, please, I implore you, I encourage you to comment, share this stream out if you know that it can help someone. This is vital information that we're going to be sharing tonight. So, a lot of people use tattooing as self-expression. They do it for fun. They do it to show their personality. But there's a part of tattooing that really can boost your self-esteem again, or let's say recreate that self-esteem that you've lost, either through having to have reconstructive surgery after losing your breasts, sometimes losing your hair. It can help restore your hairline. So we're going to talk all about that with my guest. And let me tell you a little bit about my guest, Shawna Mcgrath. Shawna Mcgrath is a paramedical tattoo artist after decades, actually, of being in Hollywood. She was an special effects makeup artist in Hollywood, and she has taken that gift and those talents into this tattooing field where her knowledge of color and anatomy and 3D and creating all these special effects allows her to create realistic hairlines, realistic areolas, and her work is just phenomenal. So I am super excited to welcome to the show Shawna Mcgrath. So Alicia, take it away. I'm here with my guest, Shawna Mcgrath of BeautyInk, and I am super excited to have this conversation to talk about the work she's doing with breast cancer survivors and also dig a little bit deeper into her story. Welcome, Shawna, to the show.
Thank you so much, Alicia, for having me. This is such an amazing opportunity to bring awareness to the craft that I'm a part of, the industry that helps so many women and men across the planet. So I'm very grateful. Thank you for showcasing this.
Yeah, I think this is underrepresented, but it's such an important part of the journey that women have once they've decided to get a mastectomy, because what we're talking about today is really reconstruction, getting your life back, getting to love the body that you're in again, which is the theme of the show, love my body, love myself, because it's a devastating thing for women once they've made that decision that they're going to remove their breasts after cancer. And what has been like your experience with the work that you're doing? And
I'm a cosmetic tattoo artist. It's also called paramedical tattooing, permanent makeup. You'll hear many different terms for it. Areola tattooing, scar revision. Basically, it's tattooing to create the illusion of what has been naturally there but is missing. So with areola tattooing, women or men have mastectomies. It could be unilateral or bilateral, meaning one side or both sides. And when their breasts are recreated, there is no color to the areola or nipple. All of that is removed. Usually they take a section of a person's thigh or maybe their belly, and they reconstruct and recreate the flesh that's been taken away. So there's no actual color there. And the doctors will go in and create what's considered a nipple, a purse string nipple, and they'll create a little mound of some flesh to simulate a little nub there, but there's no actual color. So my job is to go in and recreate the areolas that they had removed and give them back a sense of themselves again. And the sad part about the journey is that by the time they've come to me, they have been through so much. And I mean years and years of surgery. Most of my clients have been through at least 2, 3, 4, up to 6 surgeries. You know, they've had complications. They've had necrosis where the flesh has died and rotten. They've had to have skin grafts. I mean, it's
heartbreaking, and it's frustrating, I can imagine, because you think you're really removing one issue and all will be well again, and then there are all these subsequent issues that come up that you weren't expecting. I want to just go through a quick video of the process you were talking about, and just walk us through a little bit of what you're doing here.
Sure. So right here, this woman has been through 6 surgeries, and she came to me and she just had that little nub that had been added to the skin. So I'm tattooing in layers of different colors to simulate the realism of an actual areola. So we're adding the Montgomery glands, we're adding the wrinkles, we're adding shading and highlight to create a three-dimensional look. And this, you know, once it's done, it's amazing. Like, so you can't tell.
It looks so real. It really does look real.
It's really incredible.
I mean, you do amazing work. I follow you on Instagram. I watch everything that you're doing that you put on Instagram. It is such amazing eye for detail and how you're an artist. You really truly are an artist in what you do. And I am positive that the after effects of something like this, when a woman comes to you or a man comes to you after going through all of that trauma, to finally look whole again.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a gift.
It's an incredible gift. Well, my background is I'm an effects makeup artist by trade. So I've worked with A-list Hollywood celebrities. You've seen my work on the X-Files and, you know, Battlestar Galactica, very, you know, X-Men, things like that. And as a prosthetic artist, we have to make rubber look like real skin. So my background is a little more acute than, say, just somebody that goes and takes a course, because I already have a very unique skill set when it comes to realism, color layering, anatomy, that type of thing.
I love it.
So by creating this type of work, it really, really transforms people's lives. And they are terrified when they come to me. Like, it's not just lay them down and put an areola on them. It is a process. They are so scared because they're afraid that things are going to go wrong. They're afraid that they're going to get infection. So the fear is 50% of what we have to work through. So it's almost like being a bit of a psychologist as well. You really have to be confident and know what you're doing before you tackle this on. It's definitely not a beginner. You can't just get out of school and become a paramedical tattoo artist. It just doesn't quite work that way. You need to have some foundation and groundwork behind it, because there's so much relying on your skills. And if you botch someone who's already been through so much, you can destroy them. Like, their self-esteem, they're coming to you for help. And if you hurt them, then they're done. Like, they just, you know.
Yeah. Because it must be a difficult decision to even take that step to come to you. Like you said, there's been so much that they've gone through already. And even to just take that step to say, okay, I'm going to get a tattoo.
Well, a lot of the doctors, the oncologist doctors that have done the surgeries, they will train nurses to do this type of work. But unfortunately, nurses generally aren't very artistic. Like, not everybody is artistic. And this truly is an artistry, and you really have to know how to draw, understand dimension and lighting and colors and tones and skin tones. So I see a lot of women that come to me that have had work done through the medical industry, and it's just not real looking. It looks
that's
like
why they're scared too.
Blob. Yeah.
That's why they're afraid too, because it's been done and it feels permanent. It feels like this is it. You know, I can't change this after they've done this.
But it's a matter of how do we tackle each individual client to create the best with what we have. A lot of them won't want to go through removal, because again, that is another whole process. More healing, more recovery, more this, more that. So it's more of, this is what I have. What can you do to help me? And generally, fortunately, because I, am so trained in this, I'm able to make pretty much botched work better. It's never going to be amazing, but I can make it better. I can take, something that's flat and plain and just looks like somebody drew a quarter on them. And I can use my abilities to create dimension and make it look more natural. introduce different colors, expand the shape, feather out the edges. Like there's so much that goes into this as far as detailing. And it is a process. It's not a one-shot deal. So they come in, we assess them, we see what we're going to change, how we're going to adjust it. Then from there, they go and heal. Then they come back and we do more detailing. So generally the process is 2 to 3 sessions. It's not just once. So it's a relationship that we build with the client, and we go through the tiers with them.
And the remarkable thing is you don't charge for this.
No, I know a lot of artists do. Sorry, I get really teared up when I talk about this. It's very personal to me. My mom is a 2-time breast cancer survivor, and I have also lost 6 family members to breast cancer, or sorry, not to breast cancer, but to cancer. So I feel in my business, and I've done this since the very beginning, that I do not charge. I always offer a complimentary session. And with that complimentary session, we can generally get in the meats and the bones of it. And then from there, I do a setup fee thereafter, just so that it's, I can at least cover my expenses. But I always do, the first session is always complimentary. And there are people out there that do charge anywhere from $600 to $1,200 for areola. That's the standard kind of going rate. And for me personally, I feel that my talent is of such need and so rare that it's better to give that opportunity and allow them to have this work done complimentary so that they can feel complete again. And I personally feel that it's my way of giving back to the community, to the industry. And I just can't charge for it. It's just, I don't know how these people do, but, I guess I come from a different place. And for me, it's passionate, it's all passion.
Well, we're talking to Shawna Mcgrath, the founder of BeautyInk, cosmetic tattooing. Don't forget to follow her on IG. It is at BeautyInk. So go ahead and give her a follow on IG. Shawna, it's really remarkable how, not just how talented you are, because you are incredibly talented, but that you are really taking your gift and you are making it a better world for so many people. And she's up in Vancouver, Canada, guys. So if you want to go up to Vancouver and visit Shauna, make sure that you connect with her so you can go check her out. Now, you mentioned that your mom was a 2-time survivor. How old were you when she went through that process?
I was about 27. So she's still with us today. And I'm 50 now. So, it's been almost 25 years. And it was really, it was really tough to
go through that. Yeah, I can imagine. And I'm so grateful and thankful that we've made the time to get together to talk about this, because it's so important, because it's part of the healing process for women. It's part of reclaiming your life and loving your body again.
Well, some of the stories that I hear are so extremely painful. I've had several women that say their husbands won't touch them anymore. They won't look at them. They're, they keep their bras on or their t-shirts on. They're afraid to be naked in front of them. And this just absolutely kills me. It kills me to feel that they are basically a hostage in their own home, to not have that freedom or that luxury to feel that you can just, whip your top off and go walk into the shower and be afraid that, oh, he's going to see me. Like it breaks my heart.
Wow.
And I'm so blessed.
I can imagine the stories.
I'm just so blessed to have this gift. I was divinely directed to open this business, and for this reason, to specifically help people with disease and disorders. And I work with people that have not just cancer, but cerebral palsy or MS or Parkinson's and thyroid disorder, alopecia,
We're
people
going to
that
come back and talk about that because I want to dig a little bit deeper into that too. So we're going to take a quick break. Love My Body, Love Myself is brought to you by Alicia Couri Inc. With Alicia Couri Inc., we specialize in developing audaciously proactive leaders and teams using brain science and people data. Again, this show is produced by Red Carpet CEO. And if you would like a copy of Age with Audacious Confidence, is available on Amazon. And you can go to my link tree. It's linktr.ee/acouri and just look for Age with Audacious Confidence. And you can get a copy of that book. Now back to Shauna and this amazing interview. If you have been watching us, this is Love My Body, Love Myself, and I'm your host, Alicia Couri. Now back to the show. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Alicia Couri. This is Love My Body, Love Myself. And my guest today is Shawna Mcgrath of BeautyInk. And I'm so excited about the work that she's doing. I had to have her on the show because she's changing lives. She is rebuilding people's self-esteem, women's lives when they've gone through what is sometimes the most devastating journey of having to remove their breasts and have to reconstruct it. So Shauna is a paramedical tattoo artist. Did I say that correctly? Yes. And so we looked in the earlier at some of the work she does with areola tattooing. And what is really sad is that when she shares her work on TikTok, on Instagram, they take it down because they think it's inappropriate, but it's not. It's really showcasing how important it is to have this work done. Mm-hmm. And so if you can give her a follow, let me show you again, go to her Instagram. It's BeautyInk, at BeautyInk on Instagram. Give her a follow, check out her work, tell her how amazing she is, because she truly is. And so you started talking about this work has been divinely directed. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So I was holding my grandfather when he passed over in January of 2008. And I was opened up to the other side. Like, I mean, it shifted my entire consciousness completely. And I realized in all the time that I'd been working in film, creating zombies and cutting people up and slit throats and monsters, none of it was doing anything positive in the world. And I just was really compelled at that time that I needed to do something that was going to be in good and not of bad in the world. So I started to, I'm a very spiritual person. And every night I would go to bed and, ask the Lord to please guide me in a way to protect, so that I could use my skills to help people. And about 3 months later, I was in the bathtub just chilling out and having a little meditation. And I noticed this spark that was quite bright, kind of like if you were to see an asteroid coming from the sky. And, in my consciousness, I noticed it and I just focused on it and it came closer and closer. And when it hit me, I was flooded with all of this information. It was like this movie went playing in my mind and I saw a place, what it would look like. I saw the people that I would be helping. It was just really overwhelming. And I was like, wow, I got out of the bathtub and I was like, that's it. This is my purpose. This is what I was meant to do.
Oh my God.
And the film work was just a predecessor. It was to build my skills.
Ground. It was a training ground.
Sure was. And lo and behold, I just jumped on it. I said, you know what, I'm going to do this. And without, everybody that I told thought that I was totally crazy. I had just, received my Emmy honors for a miniseries. I did Tin Man. I was the hot ticket in town and people were calling me left, right, and center. I turned down Twilight and, Stargate and all these shows so that I could really build my business and to help people. And so basically, that was March, January, February, March. And then by September, I had opened a location without any business experience or business knowledge and started training and training and training and training. And now I've probably taken over 60, I think I'm up to 67 classes at this point. I'm the highest trained practitioner in the country. I've received my CPCP certification from the SPCP. I also have received my CPCP trainer certification. So I'm only one of 3 certified trainers in the country. And
Wow.
I'm just so incredibly grateful. It's been the hardest journey of my life. Losing
but the most rewarding for you.
The most rewarding. But see, the thing is when you work in the light, the darkness will try to get you. And within 8 months, my home was destroyed in a fire. I was living out of my car and my office. Oh. It took 3 years for that to be rebuilt through all of the legal, ramifications that came from that. I get back into my home. And then within 9 months, the water main above my unit broke, flooded my entire place, and I was out of my place again. So it's just that's just one of many issues that I've had, and tumultuous the experiences, but I'm steadfast with my mission. I know why I've been put here. I know who I'm supposed to help. I feel extremely grateful every day to be working with my clients. When you give an alopecia client back eyebrows and eyeliner after they've had everything lost, it completely changes their lives when they can look in the mirror.
Yeah, I want to show that. So this is one of your clients.
So this gentleman came to me just recently, and he lost all of his hair within 10 months, his head hair, his eyebrows, his eyelashes, everything. He's a high school teacher, and it was really hard on him because his students were watching him go through this. And he came to me wanting to have eyebrows so that when he went back to school, he says, I don't want to look like an alien anymore. So we did these eyebrows on him, and he was absolutely floored. His wife thought they were amazing. His doctor was blown away. So
I can imagine. It looks so real. I love it. It's you've given him his life back.
Yes,
he doesn't have to feel so lonely. And then eyebrows, let's talk about eyebrows for women.
Yeah.
How important that is.
This gorgeous girl has just always had struggles with her eyebrows. When she penciled them in, they were really dramatic and really harsh, and it made her look not as pleasing. And she came to me for some assistance off of a referral. This is 2 sessions, healed in. And I mean, it's absolutely changed her. It's transformed her. She just looks finished and gorgeous, and doesn't have the same, challenges on a daily basis. She can just get up and go, and it's so easy for her. So, it can be something as simple as eyeliner or eyebrows, or it can be an areola or a scar. I work with people that have had, scars, facelift scars, or scarring, behind their ears or on their jaws, or burns. And by adding the pigment back in, we're able to mask the discrepancy in the color. Yeah. So it looks more blended and just not so obvious that hypopigmentation is there. We can't take dark and make it light, but we can take light and make it darker. So anybody that has hypopigmentation, from vitiligo or from scar loss, burns, cuts, wounds, surgery, all of that can be adjusted with paramedical tattooing.
I want to talk about your own story of your own transformation of loving yourself, because you also had low self-esteem.
Terrible.
And I don't know that there is a woman that never dealt with that at some point in her life. But talk to me about how you had your own transformation.
Well, I grew up in a house where my mom would never come downstairs until she had her makeup on. I got my first makeup kit when I was 10 years old, and it was a way for me to escape who I was, my lifestyle, you know, the family, all of that at the time. And having, you know, sisters that tease you, oh, you look so horrible, go put some makeup on. My mom would, you know, you're going out looking like that, put some makeup on. All of those, you know, start to get at you. And I just always felt so ugly and unattractive. And it would take me 2 hours to put on makeup and do my hair just so I could go out and mow the lawn because I thought I was so ugly. Now, when you get into the film industry and doing makeup, right, they don't really want you to be looking too glamorous. It's better to be
your background.
You do not want to stand out. So I stopped wearing makeup and just kind of swallowed my insecurity, but I was always insecure. I just always knew that I looked ugly. Now, when I had cosmetic tattooing done, I had my eyeliner done first at a trade show, which I would never do again, but you know, you don't know any better. It was so incredibly like impacting. I was like, oh my God, I have to do this. Like, I need to do this. This is incredible. And I went to the trade show after I got the vision. So I started doing my research, and there was a trade show, and there was a company there, and they offered, you know, they needed models. So I laid down, and it was excruciatingly painful. And I was like, there's got to be a better way to this. So I continued training, and once I got my training, I came back home and I did my eyebrows. So my eyebrows were the first thing I did. And it was incredible. I could wake up and I just didn't look like that old person that I was trying to hide from. I was new and fresh and looked great every day. And I was just so incredibly thrilled. And I was like, this is it, man. I am doing this for other people because this is life changing. So when these girls come in and they're so insecure, and you take their eyebrow off and they're cowering because they've never had anybody see them without their eyebrows on.
Yeah. Eyebrows to women are big. It's a big thing.
So massive. And they're cowering, and they're so sad. And I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. You're here. You're safe. You're good. We're going to build these on, and you're never going to have to worry about them again. Yeah. And then to see them back after the follow-up, where we get to check them, and they're just like, they come in and they're so their whole demeanor changes.
I know makeup does incredible things. Makeup does incredible things for women, for anyone actually, because it to me it reveals, or it helps you see the potential of the beauty that really other people see in you that you can't see for yourself. Yeah. It just helps you blossom.
Well, when you take the duckling and turn it into a swan, you know, it's
and the thing is, they weren't ugly to begin with. It's only ugly in their eyes. Other people don't see that. No. And eyebrows frame your face. So eyebrows is a big thing because it helps frame everything. So to have that done is so incredible. Talk to me just a little bit about the pain of doing it.
So it all depends on
what really that painful.
Well, I tattoo my own eyeliner now myself. So I just go by feel, even though I'm very numb. But the pain factor is going to depend on who you go to, realistically. That's the end game. Anesthetic is very expensive, so a lot of people don't use it. They think that if they use anesthetic, that it's going to affect the work. And for me, I would rather use it and have the client comfortable through the whole process than not use it and have them in discomfort. A lot of the correction work that I see is from clients that have gone somewhere and had work done, and they didn't use anesthetic, so they're moving all over the place.
Yeah,
right? They're all squiggly, and they're terrified, and they keep hearing, "Oh, but your procedures, I hear, are painless." And I'm like, well, that's, you know, you can never say that they're painless, but I use multiple layers of anesthetic and multiple types of anesthetic. So there's a pre-numb factor, and then there's a secondary factor through the procedures. So generally my clients are extremely comfortable. They go to sleep. My procedure time is 3 hours, not 45 minutes. So, you know, if they get scared, we talk them through it. If they start getting reactive and moving around and and it's becoming uncomfortable, then I'm like, what's going on? They have to communicate. Oh, it's starting to pinch a little bit. Okay, we just swab on a little more anesthetic. We wait. So I'm really all about creating a great experience for the client, not just get them in and get them out. It just doesn't work that way here. I literally have 2 procedures a day, where some places do 10, because they're just all about the money, and they're hammering them out like, you know, left, right, and center. And they're just another set of eyebrows and another booking. But to me, it's the client, and my clients are lifers. They're with me for life, and it's building a relationship, and it's building that trust. And, usually once they've come out, especially the ones that have had corrections, they're like, wow, that wasn't painful at all. That wasn't like, that was nothing like my first experience. It was so painful before. And I'm like, yeah, but you didn't have it done with me. That's different. So
I love it.
You really need to do your homework. And for anybody out there, if you can't come to Vancouver, please message me. I'm happy to give you a referral. I'm a member of the Society of Permanent Cosmetic Professionals, and it is an internationally recognized organization that has standards and a code of ethics that we must adhere to in order to be part of this association. So it's the closest thing to a governing body in an unregulated industry, because cosmetic tattooing, paramedical tattooing, it's all unregulated. And, you know, sure, they may need licensing, but there's nobody around checking qualifications, or, you know, you can buy this products, you know, if you want online, and build a studio in your house and be doing this tomorrow and tell people, oh, I'm doing this, and really have no credentials behind you. And I think that's one of the reasons as well. I take my training so seriously. You know, I've spent over $150,000 on classes just so that I know everything. I want to know everything.
Speaking of that, because you've done all of that, you are now training people how to do it the right way. So, so let's just share a little bit about the classes that you have, and how people can, if they're interested in doing this work, if they're interested in changing lives with this type of work, how can they find out more about your classes?
Well, I've created an online class for scalp micropigmentation. I'm one of the pioneers in the industry. I've been, you know, sharing my knowledge in scalp micropigmentation since 2012, before it was ever even knew about it. It's called SMP. You'll hear it. It's starting to become more popular. Barbers are jumping on board, and hairdressers, and you're starting to see SMP clinics popping up. So I have built an online class for training for anybody, all ages. If you've never had any experience, but you want to get into this industry, it's a great learning tool so that you can build the fundamental foundation before you actually take your hands-on training. The hands-on training is only 3 days. And that is just not enough time to learn the ins and outs of doing the procedure correctly. And most people, what I found, and the reason why I created this class, was because they take the 3-day class, they leave, and then they're flailing. They don't know what to do next. They can't remember how to do a proper setup. They don't remember the steps, you know, in creating the hairlines or the steps in the layering. And so with this online class, it's basically an A to Z, you know, fundamental program, so that they can learn all of the meat behind the fundamentals that are needed: color theory, hairlines, skin anatomy, pigment theory, needle theory, safe setups, watching the procedure. So it's all in there for them. And then when they go and take the actual hands-on component of it, they're going to probably have more knowledge than their trainer. So whether they come to me and train with me, or go to somebody else. Again, I have people that I refer to, because I have students, you know, in Australia and Africa, and they're not going to fly all the way here to come, you know, train with me. And especially now with COVID. So I have referrals that I can refer them to the hands-on, but at least they get all the juicy components. And the great thing about it is they have access for a year. So within that year, they can continue to reiterate. yeah, replay it. If they get stuck, they can continue to practice. They can replay the videos. So they're going to have solid foundation learning for that 1 year. And it's really going to be a game changer. I'm so proud of this class because there's been nothing like it in the market. And it's something that is truly a game changer when it comes to the training. But I also train in microblading, so eyebrow microblading. I do hands-on training with that. I do hands-on training with SMP, and I will be developing more classes as we continue to grow the online community. It's a lot of work. It took me 6 months to put together this one class, so it's a lot of work, and it's slowly going to be, you know, growing. But this is my 5-year plan now, is to get this going so that people can be enriched and really have the knowledge,
the right knowledge, the right training that they need to become proficient in this this art, because it is art.
And because it's unregulated, the sad part that's happening, and there's a lot of money to be made in training, let me tell you, the students will do 6 months or a year, and then they're training. And you need at least 5 years under your belt so that you can see your work back healed. You've done retouch work, you've done correction work, and you need that experience before you go off on training. So now the industry is saturated with all these unqualified trainers. They have all the flash going on. They've got the, you know, the great marketing and the great location, but they don't have the actual knowledge that's really required to be a true fundamental trainer. So it's crazy. Definitely do your homework. And I'm always happy to assist anybody that is looking for some information.
Well, Shauna, I thank you so much for joining me here today. This has been amazing. And I want to share again with everyone how to get in touch with Shauna. It is Shawna Mcgrath, founder of BeautyInk. If you see BeautyInk anywhere and it's not with this face or this voice attached to it, it's not authentically Shauna. So you need to know this is her her registered trademark, but it's been used all over the place. But her registered trademark, BeautyInk. So look for her. It's at BeautyInk on Instagram. And reach out to her, send her a direct message if you're interested in the training, if you're interested in eyebrow tattooing, tattooing for alopecia, if you're interested in areola tattooing, just reach out to her, because she's there really as a gift. She's there as a gift to you to help you love your body and love yourself again. So thank you, Shauna. Mwah.
Well, Alicia, I have to thank you and commend you for creating this incredible program so that people have knowledge and options out there, and they can see, and giving people that are hiding in the background an opportunity to step forward and really embrace who they truly are. You know, what you're doing here is absolutely fantastic, and women need this support, and they need this knowledge, and allowing them to have, you know, this light, and showcasing, you know, different variations of people that help women or men that are suffering, you know, confidence issues is tremendous. So thank you so much for putting this together. And I'm extremely honored that you have asked me. There's a million people you could have asked. So I'm extremely honored. And thank you so much for your kindness and your generosity today.
Oh, thank you. Well, you know what? Again, God connected us divinely through a mastermind. And the minute I saw you speak, I'm like, I need to get in touch with you and have you on the show. So thank you. All right. Wow. That was an amazing interview with Shauna. I hope you got a lot to take away from that. You know, she has been through a lot herself, and she's just really, really generous in giving back. She has a heart for giving back to women who have really suffered through a tremendous loss with this disease. So reach out to Shauna. Again, her link on Instagram, if you want to get in touch with Shauna, it's on IG. You can reach her at BeautyInk, BeautyInk, BeautyInk. And that is her company. She's the president of BeautyInk. And so if you see BeautyInk anywhere else that's not connected to Shauna, that is not Shauna. So make sure that you find at BeautyInk, and Shawna Mcgrath is connected to that. So this has been Love My Body, Love Myself. I am your host, Alicia Couri, and I really, really encourage you to stick with us. Next week, we have another really phenomenal guest, and we're going to be talking about thermography. So if you've never heard it before, if you've never done it before, you need to come check this show out next week and invite a friend. Please invite a friend to join our group. We would love to grow our group. Our mission is to reach 100,000 women with these messages of love and healing and hope, and really to have them learn to love their bodies and love themselves. So share the group, join the group, and share the group with friends, and join them to be a part of the Love My Body, Love Myself Facebook group. It is facebook.com/groups/LMBLM, and that's for Love My Body, Love Myself. I also want you to go to our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/C/Alicia Couri. And if you want to reach out to me for any reason, even if it's to sponsor or be a guest on the show, please email me, support@aliciacouri.com, or connect with me at my connection site, which is alicia360.com. You can connect with me there. Send me a DM. Let me know you heard or saw me on the show, Love My Body, Love Myself, and I'll make sure to connect with you. And if you would like, again, to sponsor a show, just go ahead and send me an email so that we can get you the necessary information to be a sponsor of the show. This show is currently sponsored by Alicia Couri Inc. and produced by Red Carpet CEO. So I just want to encourage you, ladies, it is so, so important. It is so vital that we find the time and take the opportunity to love our bodies and love ourselves. So do something great for yourself today. Look in the mirror. Tell yourself how beautiful you are. Look at your body. Tell your body how much you love it, how much it's sustaining you, how much it's keeping you alive, and that you have nothing but love for the body that you're in. So until next time, I encourage you to love your body and love yourself. I'll see you next time. Mwah.